Hello and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. I'm your host Khalid Mohideen, and this is the show where we talk about all the major talking points in South African cricket. Let me just start off by giving a massive clap for the Proteas women. The show is going to be dedicated to them because it was an excellent performance from them in India. It's the largest winning margin in limited overs cricket by a South African team. So excellent performance by them. And I think they really need to take their hats off, and really we need to support them as much as possible, because I think it was an excellent performance all around from the Proteas women. They completely dominated India in their own ground, only losing one game. And particularly what really stood out to me is the way they played against spin. But before we get going into the show, before we go into a deep analysis of it and talk about the top wicket takers and top run scorers and who stood out and who didn't stand out, I want you guys to please subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. And don't forget to also like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all of those things as well. Smash that like button, of course. So let's get into it. Now what I want to talk to you guys about first and foremost is the way we played against spin. Now, that was obviously quite incredible. I think if you look at in the total, they only lost 13 wickets to India's spinners across the 5 matches, and they scored an average of 53 against them at a strike rate of 70.7. That's 1 wicket to every 11.5 overs of spin. So that's an excellent turnaround from any team. I mean, you've seen how the men struggle against spin over there. The women really showing what it looks like and what it takes to play against spinners. It's a magnificent feat, I feel, and I think that it really must be applauded, and we really need to back our ladies particularly. I just want to read you a quick quote from Sunil Lewis. Talking about the spin, particularly, she said, 2 years back when we toured here in India, demolished Tash with spin. But we had a Pakistan series before this, and we played in Durban, which is kind of subcontinent conditions. India bowled a lot of spin to us, but we found ways to attack. We knew they were just going to throw a lot of overs of spin at us, and we were mentally ready for that. Now, that is a massive statement, because it doesn't matter whether they are a women's team. It doesn't matter what type of team they are. It doesn't matter whether they're a national team, whether they're not a national team. It's the mentality spoken about over there. She spoke about the mental game. They were mentally prepared to play spin. Just a mindset switch and the way they approached it. Now, we saw a lot of the players double-stepped to go to the ball. They stepped to the ball. They tried to stop playing across the line. We had a couple of good players like Lazal Lee that obviously swept the ball quite well. That was amazing from their side. And they played it completely differently. Now, it's not just playing an attacking brand of cricket. It was also playing a smart brand of cricket that we're talking about. And I don't want to hop on and go on about it. Like I said, 13 wickets only fell over 5 matches. That's incredible. That's incredible, amazing performance from them, especially the way they played spin. And because they put India on the back foot, because they handled what India threw at them previous years and previous times around, because they could handle that, mentally they had an advantage of India. Automatically they were in the driving seat. Now let's go through some of the rankings with regards to the tables and see how they perform from a runs perspective. Now, 4 matches out of 5 Lazaldi played, and she topped the rankings with 288 runs. Now, she's also now the number 1 ranked batsman, or number 1 ranked batter in the world right now. That was a massive opportunity for her to dominate in world cricket. So now she's the number 1 ranked batsman in ODI cricket, a batter in ODI cricket, and that's an incredible feat from her part. I think she was excellent, obviously scoring 102 50s. I mean, she was unlucky not to get a second 100 in this tournament, I feel. Then we have obviously India's batsmen, Rawat and Raj. They were the next in line. But Mignon Dupree, for me, excellent. I think she was one of the key factors in helping South Africa get over the line, particularly in the last 2 games. Now, what stood out to me is not only that they got the series win, it's they won the first game quite convincingly. Then they lost the second game quite convincingly. At that point, India would have been in the driving seat in their home conditions. They just got a massive win over South Africa. They are leading into the third game as favorites. But South Africa bounced back incredibly and they batted really well, bowled really well to win that game. And they took the advantage back into their own territory. They put the game into their court. It was their opportunity now to win the series. Now, they didn't just win 3-1 and then get complacent. They went on and demolished India in the final one as well. They did exactly what the captain said they wanted to do. Laura Wolfert spoke about them going on and winning the game 4-1. Lara Goodall spoke about the same things. They want to go ahead and win the series 4-1. They went and they did it. They didn't just talk the talk. They walked the walk. Now, I know that is very cliche, but they did exactly that. And I have to give props to someone like Minion Dupree. And she was really, really excellent. I really enjoyed watching her bat. A lot of the balls, she played a very smart brand of cricket. She kept the balls on the ground. She hit the gaps. She batted very well consistently. They need to now win some trophies. They need to now take this type of mindset and take it over into the T20 game and then into the World Cups and try to win some trophies. We were very unlucky in the World Cup in 2017. The 50 over World Cup to lose to England in the semis. Very unlucky to lose to Australia by DLS in the semis as well. They need to convert now and win trophies. And I think this team and the group of players really have the mentality, the attitude, the intent, the skill, and the coaching setup to be able to win. Now, we need to also give a lot of props to Hilton Marine. He's been excellent. He's gone about his business quietly, behind the scenes, with everything that's happening at CSA, all the trouble that's happening at CSA, backroom staff, all of those things, all the board debacles, the CEOs and everything collapsing. We need to give props to the coaching staff because through all of this, they've stayed strong and they've produced a winning side and a winning mentality, and they've continuously improved as a team. So just as much as we blame CSA for everything that they do with regards to the failures of the men's side, we're always blaming CSA, we're blaming things like that on the reasons why our players aren't performing and this, that, and other, and transformation and all this we want to throw as to why the South African men's team is performing. The women's team have the exact same things are in their court right now. They have to face the exact same things: transformation, finding teams, all of those type of things. The CSA debacle, all of those things are happening over there too, but they still are performing. So we really have to give props and congratulate the Ultimaring on this epic win. It's a massive statement by our South African team to do what they did, and they really need to be applauded for it. We really need to support our ladies as much as possible because, I mean, they deserve it if they're turning out, especially because they're turning out performances like they are. Let's get into some of the comments over here. Let's talk about some of the people, see what some of the guys are saying. Abai saying, great times for the Proteas women. If you asked me ahead of the series how the Proteas would go, I'd never predicted such an emphatic win. Excellent cricket all around. It was. In the field, they were really good. Some amazing high catches, some amazing fielding from the ladies as well. They were just switched on. We can say yes because they played a series before India and India didn't play. That's all bollocks, I feel. I don't think that counts because everybody expected the mere fact about that. People still expected India to beat South Africa because of our way we play spin. The South Africans, they always speak about the way South Africans play spin. So I was very impressed with the way they played. Hello, William. Hi to you. Moreover, it wasn't just a couple of players here and there that performed. Genuinely strong team effort. And yes, it was. And that's what I appreciate the most, is that everybody put their hand up. Bowlers, batsmen, fielders, it doesn't matter. Everybody put their hand up. Getting an opportunity, they took the opportunity. I think that Lara Goodall must get a lot of praise for the way she came through this series. She struggled in Pakistan. She's been struggling to try and turn things around. And she came through the series, scoring 49 and also amazing 50 to get that third win. under our belt. So she was excellent as well in this particular in this tournament, and she was rewarded with a contract, of course. 7 years later, we've learned from our mistakes and put together a clinical performance, and it's 100% that you want to learn from your mistakes. Calvarena should play instead of Bavuma. Thank you, William, for your comment. Any news of the squad? Not quite yet. I'm predicting that they'll probably come out with the squad on Friday after the 4-day competition. Guys, I know you're calling for the squad, but think about it logically. Think about if you were a player in this situation, you're playing in an important 4-day game, especially when the Titans and the Lions are currently battling it out in Just Sky Derby. It's a massive derby for them. And also, you've got guys that the Dolphins and the Warriors are playing, and the Knights and the Cobras are playing. Now, the Knights are obviously trying to get into the final. So is the Dolphins. So you don't really want to distract players when they're focusing on their franchises with team news. Say now one of the players that are very important to the side don't get selected in this Pakistan squad. They're feeling down. They get distracted by that, and they don't perform at their best. So I think CSA will rather wait until the end of the 4-day competition on Friday and then announce the squads for the Pakistan tour. I know they have to go into bubbles, etc., and quarantine before the series. There'll be enough time if they do it on Friday. So hopefully they will do that, and the players will go probably straight from the 4 days into bubbles for the national side. SA is third. Any news when the Proteas squads will be announced? I just said that. Sorry, I'm reading your older comments. Not too far behind England. We need to get a series against England and show England what we're capable of. I really want to. I think we really can beat England. I can say that emphatically, especially with Dane back and Chloe Tryon back. I think we can really give England a proper run for their money. I think this team has a self-belief in them and a cohesiveness that is just excellent, and the balance is unbelievable. Everybody just helps everybody. Dylan, I don't believe the squad has been announced yet, and well deserved for Lizelle Lee. Never underestimate the Proteas. Hats off to the Proteas women. Thank you, guys. Intent is key. Intent wins you games, 100%. They can win some trophies. Yes, we want them to. We scored 57 of 100 ball. More importantly, she stuck around for long enough to set up a strong partnership. That is true. How good was Anneke Bosch? Anneke Bosch is a brilliant player, man. Anneke Bosch is someone that I really I think is excellent. Now, she went away for a while, and now she's back and hit the ground running. I watched her in the WSL. She was dominant there as well. Excellent performance from her over there. I mean, she's very classy to watch. She's one of those players that is really exciting to watch. She looks like she has so much confidence, and she has so many shots in her arsenal. So Proteas women team, they can seriously challenge teams like England, New Zealand, Australia, and we're hoping they can. We want our men's side to do that. I think our women's side are closer to doing that right now. Really, honestly. Will Janneman open with Quinton Temple in the first ODI? We don't know what's going to happen. We need to see first and foremost. Congratulations for the Proteas women for becoming number 2 in ODI. No, not give them a run for their money. Defeat them. Yes, defeat them. That is true. How good was the Proteas women's team? Men should learn from the women's teams in unity. You know what? The men should learn from the women's team with regards to the way they approach spin. Like I said earlier, that quote from Sinead Lewis. If you guys haven't heard it yet, I'll read it to you again. 2 years back, when we toured here in India demolished us with spin. But we had a Pakistan series before this, and we played in Durban, which is kind of subcontinental conditions. India bowled a lot of spin to us, but we found ways to attack. We knew they were just going to throw a lot of overs of spin at us, and we were mentally ready for that. That particular quote stands out to me. It really stands out to me. I think that's the most important part about this whole press conference today. And I think they're confident. They're very confident in the way they are improving. Now, I'm also very impressed with the way Sunay captained the side in the absence of Dan Evenike, and then Laura Wolfart too, in the absence of Sunay. So the Proteas have plenty of leaders in this particular team. And I love that, because that means you look around, any youngster comes to the team, they are surrounded by leaders. They're surrounded by people that can show them the ropes and show them what they need to do at this level. Excellent from their part. I think having the likes of, you almost have three captains in one side. I don't even call them vice captains, because Sune has the ability to be able to be captain, as well as Laura. I think Laura is a future captain for the Proteas, but so is Sune. So you're sitting here with three captains basically. And then you got Marazan Kap, who's excellent as well, a leader by example, attitude, aggression, consistency, ability, playing under pressure. Marazan Kap is excellent, one of the best players in the world. Now, combine all of that together and you have a winning mentality and a winning team. And I think that's exactly what the Proteas women have found. Let's see over here what you have to say. Dylan Quinton looked really good today, even though he only had 18 runs. I think the next innings of him will score bigger. We're hoping so too. Harley, your take on Markram, since the 100 in Pakistan is looked a cut above the rest. Markram's always been a cut above the rest, man. Markram just needed to find some form. The boy is excellent. Zubair Hamza also finding some form today. Peter Malan, 195, not out. Let's see what he does tomorrow. I'm not going to say anything. You're not going to get me to say anything. Let's see. I want to witness that tomorrow. Kaya Zondo scoring 111. Keshav Maharaj getting a half century. So there was a day for the batters today, actually, in actual fact. Let's see what and Markram's doing it with everybody else collapsing around him as well. So Markram's batting excellently. A double century and now on path or en route to another century. Harley, what type of wicket should we prepare for us to be ready for the Windies tour abroad? I think we must just produce equal wickets. Wickets that are even, good for batting and good for bowling. I don't think we should produce particular types of wickets for either or. I think that's I think the West Indies wickets will most likely be good for bowlers and good for batsmen. I think it will be equal wickets. I don't necessarily think it will either it won't favor spin. I think it will favor seam more, but I think it will be an equal playing ground. I think West Indies stand the best chance against South Africa to prepare wickets that are equal. I don't think that they can produce wickets that are going to be seamer friendly, because I think our seamers are better than theirs, to be honest. I think their batsmen is where they're going to take the fight to South Africa. Another 100 loading. Don't jinx him. Don't jinx him. Do you think that Darren Department should be in the squad? What do you think of his bowling? Now, I haven't had an opportunity to see a lot of Darren Department live, so I can't really comment on his bowling. I've seen a little bit here and there, and what I've seen of him, excellent. Good pace, good accuracy, good mentality, good attitude, very good for a dressing room as well. I think Darren Department should get an opportunity maybe in the ODIs. I think that against Pakistan, when they come here, I think we should put out a younger side, give some guys an opportunity to put up their hands for that final 4 or 5 spots in the squad for the World Cup. That's what I think should. Calvarain is in beast mode, scoring runs. Selectors, please bring him in. I agree with you. DJ Khalid. Yeah, DJ Khalid. I haven't heard that before, Dirshan. My whole life. Has the official quota system at the franchise level watered down the domestic scene by mere fact of forced selection to make up the numbers? Are talented white players slipping through? I think to an extent, there are some white players that do miss out. Particularly, you can look at a guy like David Bedingham, who unluckily didn't get an opportunity to play and sometimes never played. Jason Smith as well lost his places to people that might not have the same stats as him. I particularly still think that transformation should be done at the school level and at a lower level. I think now that we have 15 teams, we've got 8 teams in the top league and 6 teams in the bottom league. Was it 6 or 5? No, it's 6. Yeah, 8 and 6. Or 8 and 7. Something like 8 and 7. I don't know what, I can't remember. But anyway, so we've got 15 teams, 8 and 7. So when you're looking at it right now, because I'm not sure if they're going to do, yes, it will be 8 and 7. Yes. And then so the way they're going to do the system, I feel that with more teams, 15 teams now, I think that it will give more opportunities for players of color to be spread amongst all these teams. So because you have at the top level, you'll have more teams, 2 extra teams. It will really even things out a lot more, and we won't have that opportunity, man. We won't have that chance to. We won't see unfairness necessarily happen like you're talking about. I do believe that it's for certain guys, like I said earlier on, it has been a little bit unlucky for some of them. And some of them thought that maybe they should go overseas and get an opportunity. But opportunities do come, especially when players get promoted into the Proteas lineup. Now, when you got guys like Calverena, George Linde, Zubair Ramza, Peter Malan, all of them were left, for example, from the Cobras. And then you've got Rassie van der Dussen, Temba Bavuma, Riza Hendricks, Björn Hendricks. All of these players are leaving to go play international cricket. The Titans too. You'll see a lot of boys get opportunities. Now, so it will be even more so. I mean, Grant Thompson has had quite a lot of opportunities. Wesley Marshall hasn't had as much as he'd hoped for, but I think that he will get a lot more. It's all up to them now to decide which teams are going to play for, and that's going to change things around. Allow KG and Nokia to play IPL and give chance to Darren, the Department of Pretoria and Magala. Good idea. I don't think West Indies is good enough to beat SA anywhere in any format. West Indies beat England at home. You see on more seamer friendly tracks as well. Thanks Khalid for the great show, man. Thank you for the comment. Pishu can be a force against us. The predicted starting 11 for the ODI number 1. Are you talking about the best ever ODI team? Like, are you talking about now the best ODI team that we can select, or are you talking about for the first ODI against Pakistan? Just let me know about that so that I can continue. Who will open up the innings with the cock in ODI? Riza or Yanaman? Oh, you're asking me tough questions. I think they'll go with Riza because he's a contracted player. That's what I think. Riza's kept his contract. So I think if they do pick someone, they're going to pick Riza as the opening partner. That's my gut telling me that. Riza he's an amazing player. But you know my thoughts. I'm all about building for the next generation for the next generation World Cup 2023. For Pakistan, okay, cool. So if we're gonna do Pakistan, I want a young team in Pakistan. So I want to see like the younger guys that haven't really gotten opportunities to play, or guys that haven't had the opportunities to show what they have available. So we know that the captain is Temba, so we can put Temba away. He's going to be selected. We know that Quinton de Kock's going to get selected, so put him away. I want to see Yanaman Malan. I want to see Grant Rulofsson open the batting with Yanaman Malan or Ryan Rickleton. Because Ryan Rickleton's been in the setup already before Grant Rulofsson, so I want to see that happen. I want to see Reinhard van Tonder come into the system, batted number 3, or maybe a Keegan Peterson, or maybe a Zubair Ramza, batted 3. I want to see a number 4. I would like to see maybe Klaassen bat at 4, get an opportunity there at 4, because I mean he hasn't played enough for the South Africa to be able to really put himself. He's a contracted player, so let him play. Let him bat at number 4. Then at number 5, I want to see a guy like Vian Mulder get moved up in the order, bat at number 5. Then I want to see like someone like at number 6. I want to see a big hitter, a new big hitter, a big hitter that can. Pakistan, yeah, it's going to be more seamer friendly. You're going to go with someone that is more of a big hitter. I would like to see a guy like Marco Murray get an opportunity. I would like to see George Linder get an opportunity. But George needs more opportunities because he needs to prepare, I think, for India 100%. So I will put George in there at number 6, maybe 7. I'll put in likes of Michal Pretorius, give him a little go. 8, I'll give a guy like Susanda Magala. 9, I'll give a guy like think of 9, who's a speedster that we can put in there. ODI cricket. Give a guy like Darren de Pavlin an opportunity at 9, 10. Give a guy like Bjorn Verteen another opportunity as a spinner. 11, another seamer, guys. Maybe a Lutus Pamela, but I'm not sure for ODI cricket. Maybe Clele, he's been playing well for them as well. Throw Dayan Khalim into the mix, give him an opportunity. Maybe I don't want to give this any. I don't want to just throw anybody into those positions and just give anybody an opportunity. They must have earned it. So if I'm going to look at the fringe players, then you're going to have to take the likes of Michal Pretorius, I feel, needs to get an opportunity, I feel, because he wasn't in around the squad. Darren de Pavlin as well. You're right about that. He never really got much of an opportunity. I want to see Janneman Malan, of course. Like I said, it's a pity he didn't get a contract. Pity that none of the Cobras players got a contract. I think at least 2 of them deserved. Kyle and George. One of the 2 deserved the contract at least. But I want to see a young team. In fact, I would actually play a SAA team against them. In retrospect, I will play a SAA team against Pakistan over here, just to give everybody that opportunity. You want to find that person that can play that role, that big hitting role in that number 6 position. We're also looking for that number 4 spot, an opener with Quinton, if you're not going to play Bavuma there. So there's a lot of options. I want to hear what you guys have to say, though, in the comment section. Let me know over there, too. If Riza picked up in ODI, who he hasn't done good enough yet, it's really unfair to Malan. Well, Riza has been inconsistent at international level. He's been great and then sometimes not so great. So it's been up and down. But so is Janneman, really. The times that he's had an opportunity, yes, some of them he performed. I think Janneman really needs to improve in spin when it comes to spin, because I feel that he was struggling against spin. It's something that has been a problem for him, and he's even said it himself. But I think he will get it. He just needs the opportunities. He needs to show that he can do it, and he will. And Janneman will come right. And Janneman's still young, so they need to decide. First and foremost, I want CSA and the selectors and all of them to decide how we're going to approach this. Because at the moment, they're just picking players and they don't have a clear plan and saying, look here, we're going to bowl for the 2023 World Cup. That means we're going to give a lot of youngsters opportunity. Or they're saying, look here, guys, these guys are still going to be available for 2023. They're going to be good enough when they're 34, 35, or 33. We're going to continue giving them opportunities. Or they must say, look here, we're just going to continuously pick the best team that we have available to us, and hopefully we'll win the World Cup. Those are the 3 options. What does it mean for Janneman not getting a contract? It's not a big thing, I feel. All it means is that the Cobras have to pay his salary. In ODI, de Kock, Janneman Malan, in T20I, de Kock, Bavuma as the openers. Yeah, that's a good option, I feel. Will you like to visit India in the future? Of course, I'd love to visit India in the future. That's obviously when we make money with this, when we start making money with this, because we're not making any money with this particular venture right now. All it is us putting money into this business. We're not making a cent. That's why you guys need to get involved with the Patreon and help us out a bit so that we can do this type of things. Then maybe I can come visit you in India. You're right, Khalid. We might find some players for the World Cup. That's what we need to do. We need to find those. We need to find those extra spots. Those last couple of last few puzzles to the jigsaw, or pieces missing to the jigsaw puzzle. Yo, I'm talking badly today. That's what the long days of watching cricket does to you guys. Quinton needs to play often to get back into the swing of things, don't you think? Or am I biased? I know you love Quinton and you want to see Quinton as much as possible. I still believe that Quinton is a player that you can't control. So I don't think that Quinton, if he plays more, he'll perform better. I think Quinton, it depends on the day. Quinton is a talented player, and if the people around him are performing well as well, and there's a good energy around him, he will perform every time. I don't think you can control the way Quinton plays. Quinton has to feel it, and that's how that's one of those type of X-Factor talented players. There's no way to. He's a special player. Rana van Tonda might do well against Pakistan and get included for the World Cup. Kyle Verreynne as well. Then we can be like the Proteas Women and have 3 potential captains in the side. Guys, what about Aiden Markram? None of us are speaking about him in the ODI format. And I know that he had a week tour against India, a week ODI against India over year series when he was made captain at a young age, thrown under the bus and made captain against a very talented, one of the best India teams around in the world at that time. Can we judge him on that? Because when he comes back to Momentum Cup, he bullies people. He completely bullies people when he plays domestic cricket. So doesn't he deserve an opportunity at number 4, maybe for the Proteas? What about him opening the batting with Quinton de Kock? Imagine having Aiden Markram and Quinton de Kock open the batting for you for South Africa. Why not in ODI cricket? Why not? Think about that, guys. Because by far, Aiden Markram is the best batsman in domestic cricket when it comes to ODIs. By stats. Go look at his average. Then come back to me and tell me. And look how he performs when he does play. He's amazing. So I would like to know what they're going to do with that. Are they going to pick Aiden? Instead of having AB, have Aiden at 4. That could be an option. Yanaman Malan, not sure should open for T20 World Cup in India. He looks vulnerable against, but he does look vulnerable. And that's my concern. He needs to make sure that he sorts that out before if he wants to get selected for the World Cup. Scored the match-winning century in the second ODI match of his career. Yeah, but he bats really well on seaming wickets. Yanaman is unstoppable on seaming wickets. Like unstoppable. But I'm worried when he plays on spinning wickets. But he's improving. I have seen some improvements in his game. And I hope he's recovering well from his injury. Yanaman, we miss you. We want to see you on the channel again. Come along. Come chat to us. We would like to catch up with you and find out how you're doing. You're from Indian origin or Pakistan origin? No, guy. South African, 100% born and bred. I have a little bit of Indian blood for me from my father's side. My grandfather's side. I do have some Indian blood in me. But it's very distant. It's a long story. Don't really want to get into my family tree. Please hope you come to Pakistan for COVID ends. I would love to come to Pakistan too, guys. If you'd like to have me there, I would love to come there too and meet you guys, all of you. Aiden is better than Temba in white ball format. I've said it many times, man. Aiden is incredible in the 850 over cricket, guys. Like, he's incredible. I mean, he won a flippin' under 19 World Cup. He was second highest run scorer in the tournament, or the highest run scorer in the tournament, I can't remember. But he's excellent. I don't understand why they're not looking at him. And Zubair Hamza. I mean, Zubair's been excellent in the 50 over. He's actually had a better 50 over season last season than the red ball format. He was excellent in the 50 over format. Why not give him an opportunity? I mean, he's played better at the 50 over game than a guy like Keegan Peterson they're recording for. So why not him? Markram will come in the 11 soon in white ball cricket. I mean, he went to the World Cup. You can't just, like, guys, I feel that's unfair. And the way we do our selection and stuff, sometimes that's very unfair. Because, I mean, he was batting in a team that was not doing well, where the ethos was bad. and he was struggling. And he was going through a dip in form, and his dip in form came at the wrong time. But when he comes back to domestic, like I said over and over again, when he comes back to domestic cricket, he dominates, completely dominates. I don't think you guys understand. If you can watch some of the games, look, forget about AB. It's time to move on. We are lucky to have generational players like Quinton, KG, Aiden, Vian. Let's focus on them. I agree. But if it's for one T20 World Cup, I'll take the risk with AB because it's one T20 World Cup. You really want to win it. Give people what they want, entertainment factor. If he's available, if he makes himself available, true. What about Grant Wilson at Open? Yes, I spoke about him earlier. I think there is an opportunity as well. Markham will reach top of the ladder soon. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for giving me so much support in the comment section. I hope you guys can get involved with the super chat more often, please. It will really help me out over there. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to click download on the magazine. The subscription is free. Click on the link on the screen or in the description. Go to crickfanaticsmag.com for all updates. Emily went to the women's game at the Vineyard today. Go and check her wrap up on that day and her experience over there. We also did a women's report today. We also did a wrap of the 4-day series that's on the site as well. So go check that out. We have some awesome features there too from some under 19 players, some Cubs Weeks players that did really well. So go check that out as well. We'll have some more features coming up very, very soon. Please, guys, become a Patreon today. Click on the link on the screen or in the description. Go into the description. There's a Patreon link. Become a Patreon today and support us because it really will help me. It will help everything stay alive at this our company stay alive and keep thriving, and we can constantly improve and get better interviews, etc., and better people working with us for future content. If you guys have a business and you're looking to make sales online and you really want to support Cricket Fanatics Magazine, tell all your businesses to contact us so that we can help them grow, so that we can help them get more sales online, even if their business is offline. So go to the links in the description for that, or just email us at cricketfanaticsmag@gmail.com. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. We'll see you again tomorrow with an Offside Maiden show. Will be tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure if I'll come with a daily show as well on top of it. It depends on what happens throughout the day, because sometimes I want to give the women's show an opportunity to grow. So I want you guys to tune in there because they're doing an excellent job as well, guys. It's once a week. Support, come in floods, come support them as much as you can, please. I'll see you again very, very soon with another daily show. Take care, everyone, and have a great, great evening.